welcome back to my channel. So Chille did a video, or a live stream actually, today trying to convince everybody that when he was arrested, the arresting officer who was holding his arm was torturing him. Now, we all know that that's a lie. Nobody tortured him. The only torture that revolves around Chille is him torturing humanity with his stupidity and his voice. So, yeah, he was not tortured. We all know that, but he's got to keep throwing this out there to convince his followers that he was tortured. Anyways, enjoy the video.
Okie dokie pokey smoky. So I wanted to take a couple of minutes here and just go over a couple of things. I wanted to talk about this. Go to this because I want you guys to know what you're looking at when you look at this video that I'm about to show.
Wait a minute. I'm seeing the circle there, okay? Now, I'm seeing what he wants you to look at. He wants you to see where the police officer's hand is on his arm. His thumb is right above Chille's elbow. That's how they hold you. I don't see him squeezing, and I don't see him twisting anything. So what exactly are we supposed to be looking for when it comes to torture here? He's holding your arm above the elbow, which is where they're supposed to do it. That is not torture.
Let me pull it up. Let me pull the video up. I just wanted, because here's the thing. Let me pull the video up, and then I'm going to, because the video premieres in 19 minutes. So hit the like button if you're watching this now. But I wanted to show you what the guy looked like who tortured me. This guy tortured me. So he knew exactly what he was doing when he tortured me. It's a 2-hour video, and the first hour is really hard to watch because what he does, this guy right here, his name's Jesse Sandoval. You know, he abuses me. He's broken blood vessels in my elbow that are still broken.
Again, Chille, you were not tortured. Sandoval did not torture you in any way possible. Again, if you look at where the little bruise is on Chille's arm, if you were to put his arm over his face, it lines up perfectly with his mouth. Chille gave himself a hickey and then tried to say that Sandoval tortured him and broke blood vessels. Hey, Chille, it's called a bruise, by the way. It's not called, hey, they broke some blood vessels in my skin. No, it's a bruise. And when you suck on your own skin to create a bruise and then claim that somebody tortured you, that's called a hickey. And that is exactly what you did to yourself. The only reason why that bruise is where it is because you can't reach the other parts of your arm with your mouth long enough to suck on it. Ugh. Just thinking of Chille sucking on anything. Ugh. Anyways, yeah. No, that's not torture. You weren't tortured, and you did that to your own arm.
I still have numbness in my thumb and my finger.
No, you don't.
And then when you watch this back, you're going to see that this person, so what makes me upset is that realizing that what he was doing, he knew exactly what he was doing. He came down to me when I was in torture cuffs, and the cops had me in torture cuffs. And I watched this last night, and I sat here and I was shaking. I was so angry watching this back. And the fact that...
Here's the thing is, yeah, he knows he wasn't tortured. But the more he watches it, the more he construes in his own mind something that happened. And then he's like, oh, I've got to show this to my followers. Because as long as I keep pounding this into their head, that this is what happened, this is what they're going to believe. And no matter what a camera shows, this is what they're going to see, because I'm going to tell them that this is what they're seeing. He does this all the time. It's nothing but fake. It's fraud. He is a fraud. He is a con man. He is a liar.
I don't have feeling in my thumb and my finger,
I doubt
and then it's not coming back. It has got me kind of freaked out because when you watch this guy, he abuses me so purposely, so methodically. This person, he's an executioner. This man is an abuser. His name is Jesse Sandoval. He works for Las Vegas Metro Police Department. He is a professional.
Okay, Chille, let's try some education for a moment here. Okay, so an executioner is an official who carries out a sentence of death on a legally or, we know of illegally condemned person or someone who shouldn't have been condemned. Yet we don't technically use executioners nowadays. That was back in the Middle Ages and, well, even up until the early 1900s maybe. But yeah, we don't have those nowadays. They're usually called judges and juries, but or whoever decides to turn on the electric chair or do the IVs. You're an idiot. I know what you're doing, and what you're doing is completely wrong. Torture. The action or practice of inflicting severe pain or suffering on someone as a punishment or in order to force them to do or say something. To inflict severe pain or suffering on. You were neither tortured and, well, you weren't tortured. Let's just put it out there. You were not tortured. Not at any time were you tortured. And you were never tortured by some executioner. Like, stop using these words. Because by using these words, you're putting images into your subscribers' head. And they believe every word you say because they can't think for themselves. That's why you don't want them listening to channels like ours in the anti-frauditor community, because they'll actually learn the truth. They'll be educated. And for them to become educated and learn the truth means that you will lose subscribers. You will lose the 20% of real humans who actually subscribe to your channel. You can't handle that. That's why you don't want them to know the truth. This is torture. Now, this was done, back in the Middle Ages or whatever. It was called the rack. I don't remember seeing this happen to you. This is also torture. I don't remember seeing that happen to you either. And this is torture by, well, the one and only Vlad Tepes, Vlad the Impaler, Vlad Dracul, who, whatever name you want to call him. Vlad Tepes was his real name. However, I don't remember this happening to you either. You were never tortured. Stop telling your subscribers that you were tortured. Stop lying. People should have moved on from their lying stage around, 6 or 7 years old. I mean, maybe a little bit later, like up to 10 years old. But Chille, you never stopped. Like, you have spent your entire life in that toddler stage of constant lying. You're stuck in a toddler mentality. You need help. You need help quickly. Mental health is the only thing you need to be seeking at this point. Not more fundraisers for some woman who is thirsty and she probably forgot to pay her water bill, so she had no water and you had to do a fundraiser for her. Who knows? You need to stop doing these stupid fundraisers. You need to stop going out and harassing and abusing police officers just so you can get arrested, and go get some mental help. This will be very beneficial to you and your subscribers in the long run.
Said, look here. So what happens is, and I want you guys to be, there's two things to look for in this video. The first thing is watch his thumb. He'll take his thumb and he makes sure. See, I don't think about doing horrible things to people, but I had to edit this video, which means I had to watch every single.
You don't think about doing horrible things to people? Are you serious? This just goes to show how much of a liar you really are. Well, let's see. First of all, you wished bone cancer on our children. There's been a couple federal judges that you had talked about actually beating the crap out of until brain matter came out. There's a couple cops actually that you said the same thing, that you wanted to hit them and hurt them until their brains came out of their ears. You are such a liar. You are nothing but about hate and violence. That is all you are about. You sit here and you say that you want to become some freaking governor, which you could never do anyways because of your criminal record, and you can't seem to stay in one state long enough to meet that requirement. But you say you want to be a governor so that you can change the constitution, that state's constitution, which, by the way, Chile, governors do not have the authority to do. Their authority is to govern, not change laws and not change state constitutions. You want to be the tyrant that you claim these police officers are. They're not the tyrants. You are. You are a wannabe tyrant. Face it, the only tyrant is you.
Frame. You guys do me a favor, hit the like button, real quick, and then pop in the comment section, fire Jesse Sandoval. Fire Jesse Sandoval. He is a professional abuser. This man professionally abused me. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Yes, everybody put it in his chat to fire this guy, because putting it in Chille's chat is really going to get the man fired. Which, by the way, I've already spoken to the Las Vegas Metro Police Department, and Sandoval has a really good standing with not only the department, but with the public. So good luck, Chille, trying to get this officer fired, because it is never going to happen.
It's so sick and so twisted and so morbid what this guy does to me. You guys remember I went to jail, and that night when I got out of jail, I said, man, it's bad, guys. I was tortured. I hadn't seen all of the video until last night. And now we have Sandoval's body cam coming out right here. And then we have Doolittle's body cam. And then we have Sorensen's body cam. And you can see
all of the body cam footage that you stole after other YouTubers paid to have that body cam footage. Why? Because Chille doesn't have the money to pay for it himself. So he waited for anti-frauditor channels to actually purchase this footage, and then he took it from them. And now he's going to play it. He's doing the exact same thing he's suing us for doing. Funny how that works, huh, Chille?
that this man, what he does, he gets down. So a guy named Bork. Let me just show you a couple frames before the whole video comes out, so that you can see. And I'm going to walk you through it so you guys know what to look for. I don't want you just to look and not know what you're looking for. So let me see what you guys can see here. Okay, so this is Jesse's.
I see 1, 2, 3 men who have careers. And then I see this really short, small man-child with baby infant feet who is handcuffed rightfully and legally, who's obviously yelling at the men who are working their jobs because, well, he has nothing better to do in life. This is Chille doing exactly what he's been wanting. He's been wanting to be arrested so that he could run a huge fundraiser, get as much money as possible, and then have something to actually whine and cry about. Because him just walking around harassing and abusing police officers wasn't enough whining and complaining for him. He wanted to get arrested. He wants this. His subscribers have got to know that this is part of his narrative. He wants to be arrested. It helps him financially. It helps him grift and steal more money off of his subscribers if he gets arrested. Just this time we got lucky and he got arrested.
Sandoval right here. This guy is going to abuse me. So the beginning of the video, I'm auditing that cop Bork, and this says the body cams that show Jesse Sandoval abuse and torture me, which he completely abuses and tortures me.
No, he doesn't.
So this cop comes up, he goes, "Come over, don't touch me." So you guys remember this? He came up and he let the guy he stopped go, the woman he stopped go. So that, and by the way, this is a lying pig. This right here, this is a lying pig. I'm going to ask him, have you been served?
Wait a minute. You notice how when he said, this is a lying pig, look, this is a lying pig, and he enlarged himself. Holy crap, he finally told the truth about something. Yes, Chille, you are a lying pig. Oink, oink, bitch. Oink, oink.
Has your name been listed in a federal civil rights lawsuit before? He says, oh yeah, and I won. No, he hasn't. He lied. You're a liar, Bork. Brand.
Yeah, he never said that. You never asked him that, so he never said that. You're the liar.
And Bork, you are a total liar, dude. You have not been sued under a federal civil rights, but now you have. Now you've been sued under U.S. Code 42.
And now he'll be able to actually say, for the first time, that he won. Because you won't win it. You can't win a lawsuit to save your life. Chille, you couldn't win a lawsuit if you were suing yourself. Get over it.
Has Sandoval, as has Doolittle, as has Sorensen. And when you see this video coming out, it's going to make you mad. It should make you mad. So
let's see if it makes me mad.
Let me get back to the video so I can kind of explain this.
What do you guys think? My subscribers, do you think that watching this video is going to make me mad? We'll find out. I'm excited.
So this guy comes up and he's like, hey, you're interfering in my traffic. Put your fucking hands on me. I'm going to put my hands on you. So he automatically says he's going to put his hands on me. I haven't hurt anybody. There's no damage. So
can we go back? Sorry. I don't hear him one time say he was going to put his hands on him. The only thing I hear is Chille saying, don't put your hands on me. Don't touch me.
And he's like, hey, you're interfering in my traffic. Put your fucking hands on me. I'm going to put my hands on you. So he automatically says he's going to put his hands on me.
I thought he said I'm not going to put my hands on you.
There's no damage. So anyway, so there's this. But then let me show you what happens here. So then he gets me here. Okay, so now this is the guy who abused me. This is Sandoval's body cam. He's standing right over me. So
let's just correct Chille for a minute. Sandoval did not torture him. He just arrested him. He put him in handcuffs. The poor little sensitive, delicate flower that Chille is was put in handcuffs, and he was arrested. He was not put in torture cuffs. He was never once tortured. He was just simply arrested.
I show his first so that you can see that I told him exactly what I told him. And so, but right here, you can see, okay, right here. So before Sandoval begins abusing me, they got me in the torture cuffs. You guys remember this part? Let me see if I can. Okay, so they got me in the torture cuffs. Now, I'm talking to Sandoval. I mean, look how many pigs come up for a dude who's got a camera. Like, talk about a waste of resources. But I really want you.
The waste of resources is your fault because of the way you behaved. It's not about a guy with a camera. It's about the unhinged, mentally unhealthy guy who is harassing a police officer trying to do his job. That's what this is about. And because sometimes when they encounter an unhinged, mentally unhealthy guy who is harassing and abusing police officers, sometimes they will pull out a gun and shoot at police officers, or pull out a knife and try and stab them, or attack them and try and do it that way. They have to be prepared. Because when you are unhinged, they don't know what you're going to do. You can sit there and say all damn day, look, I don't have any weapons on me. Look, I don't have any weapons on me. They don't know that. You can sit in a cop's face and say, look, you see I'm not dangerous. You can tell I'm not a threat, blah, blah, blah. No, they can't. They don't know you. They've never met you before, so they don't know you. How are they supposed to know if you're dangerous or not? The thing is, you are dangerous, Chille. You are unhinged and mentally unhealthy enough to hurt somebody. So yes, they had every right to get back up to protect themselves against an unhinged, mentally unhealthy dumbass, which Chille is you.
Guys, to see what this pig does to me. I really want you to see what he does. This is so remember how we saw with Do you remember how we saw with Tyree Nichols? How at this point you are harassing. Okay, you hear me say that to him? At this point you are harassing me. I've been put in torture cuffs.
Wait, was Chille just about to compare himself and his arrest to Tyree Nichols? Or seriously, that's the route he was going. I think he realized he shouldn't go there, so he cut himself off and changed the subject. Unless he picks it back up again, I don't know. I'm watching this for the first time with you guys. But yeah, Chille, don't you dare compare your arrest with Tyree Nichols. Ever.
He told me he's arresting me. Okay, so now at this point, this cop comes up and he's just talking a bunch of shit to me. I'm in torture cuffs, bro. Hey, Sandoval, if you want to go down to the UFC gym, I want to go. Let's just go down there, me and you, bro. Let's just go down there, Sandoval. I would love to meet you, Sandoval, at the UFC gym. Let's just go down there. Let's just go down for 1 sec.
Okay, and we all know how that's going to end up. Sandoval will have it set up, and Chille will find a reason why he can't be there, just like he did with Chad Gu. He said the exact same thing to Chad Gu, the exact same verbiage. And so Chad Gu set it up. And what happened? Chille's knee got high blood pressure, and he couldn't fight. Poor little sensitive flower of a Chille. Couldn't fight because his knee hurt. Oh, poor Chille. That's what would happen with Sandoval. Sandoval will literally go set this up, and Chille, something will happen. His elbow has a headache that day, or his collarbone is on its period. Who knows? Something will happen where he won't be able to go to the fight. Why? Because Chille is a pussy. He wants to sit there and talk all this tough shit and pretend like he can fight anybody and win. But he's a pussy, and he knows he is. That's why he runs his mouth like one of those ugly little chihuahuas, runs his mouth, but then when it comes down to actually showing it, he backs off. There's an excuse. Always an excuse. Chille never follows through with a single thing. He'll threaten you. He'll tell you he wants to fight you. You'll set it up, and he backs out. Come on, what's your excuse going to be this time, Chille? Huh? Tell me. I would love to know what your new excuse would be. Your eyeball having a bad day? Bad hair day, maybe? So you can't fight? You're pathetic. You're threatening a police officer, again, on video, and you want him to set up a fight so that you can go fight him when you have a track record of having every medical problem known to history just so you can get out of every fight? You couldn't fight anyone and win. Guaranteed. If I was to walk up to Chille and ball my fist up, he would literally fall to the ground in the fetal position with his thumb in his mouth crying, "Mommy." He can't fight anybody. Anybody who could fight doesn't behave this way. People who can fight and know they can fight and win, they don't go around saying crap like that. They just do it. And when they do set up a fight, they show up. And they prove themselves. They don't do it Chille.
Because you'll watch. So he's sitting there and he's harassing me. I'm in cuffs, but he's come down. Now take a look. He's gonna say that he destroys the nerve in my elbow because he's afraid I'm gonna fall over. That's what he's gonna say later.
Yeah, I know.
So now he's sitting there talking trash to me. So meanwhile, these two down here, do you see these two down here? They're doing that whole James Sheets, Tommy Shinneman, where Tommy Shinneman is covering up the murder for James Sheets, these two down here are communicating in cop code.
Oh my God. For the millionth time, nobody covered up a murder for anybody. It was lawfully executed. Okay, everyone. Well, this is the end of part 1 for this video. Please refresh. Part 2 should be up right about now.